Okay, well, what about the one in the previous game? I'm not sure if you saw it.
Yeah, against West Ham?
That one.
Yeah.
What's your take on that one?
Oh, clearly offside, possibly 2/3 metres offside. But it's interesting, sometimes when it's that close to you, and it was right under the referee's assistant's nose on that side, sometimes it's that close that, you don't see it. It's that obvious, you don't see it. It's a mistake, and as I've said before, players make mistakes, coaches make mistakes, pundits make mistakes, presenters make mistakes. We all do it. So, we can understand it happening, but it's a big mistake. And if VAR was in situ for that game, then it was a very easy, clear offside decision.
Your take on the West Ham
it's a shocker.
offside?
It's an absolute shocker, yeah. And I'm not having, too close, too far. I mean, he just didn't do his job. Just watched the ball, got it completely wrong, in my opinion. And that's what I touched on at half-time. There's really tight decisions as a player.
Yeah. You
can go, this happened. You can see why he didn't give the goal here, the goal. But the bigger ones, where it's so obvious, you just go, why did he not see it?
Yeah, I agree with you. But I'm honestly not sure that a single West Ham player appealed for offside. I didn't see a West Ham player appeal for offside, so presumably not even a West Ham player saw it as being
it's not
offside.
Their
it's
job
not a
to spot
criteria
offside.
for offside.
But hang on a second. What player doesn't appeal for an offside when it's clearly offside? If they see it, you used to appeal.
Of course, when it's obvious. But there be situations where when it's so fast.
Yeah, I agree. But going back to the West Ham game against Liverpool, then I didn't see a West Ham player appeal for offside. There was no argument.
Mark Noble had words that I know of in the tunnel, so he must have been aware on some level.
In the tunnel,
heading to the ref. Yeah, to the ref. He must have been aware on some level about the decision.
Well, they all have iPads now anyway, don't they? So I'm sure the message would have got onto the pitch even before half-time came. But as a player, you miss offsides, or I have missed offsides, but it's not a criteria for the linesman not to see it. He just made a complete mess of it by just looking at the ball rather than he was in the wrong position, then watched the ball, and it was just a complete mess up.
Yeah, but in defence of officials, and I like to defend officials because I think they are very defendable and should be defended, because without an official you can't actually have a game of football, right? So they are key, they are very important people, and there's less and less people going into refereeing because of all the abuse that generally they take, not just in the professional game but down the football pyramid around the world, where school games, parents and kids are abusing officials, and it's just not on. It really isn't. But actually, at times, that referee's assistant has to be looking at three things. It's not easy to look at three things dependent upon where they are.
Certainly. VAR, we all know, is creeping more and more into the game. Would you have enjoyed playing in this era of VAR to fix moments like today, moments like West Ham, countless other moments in football?
I think ultimately, as a professional, you want the right decision at the right time every single time. But that all can happen all the time. But it's just having to fit it in, isn't it? When you do it, and you have to limit the mistakes even VAR makes. Not the VAR, the system, the people looking at it.
Well, there's still some questions about things being down to interpretation.
Yeah,
it's not black and white.
Yeah.
The goal line technology is clearly in or out. It's very simple.
Yeah.
And I'll guarantee at some stage in the future, VAR at a big game, will malfunction at the crucial moment. And they're not even able to access VAR to make the decision. I'll guarantee that'll happen because, like everything, things go wrong. And even with computers and VAR, it will happen. I'll guarantee.
Would VAR give an offside today then, do you think?
Possibly. They could have flagged.
If you were the ref, then would you have given...
Well, the ref would be told by those in the truck, the VAR truck, wherever it might be. So it's more up to them to spot it and then inform the ref. And I probably presume that if you were having the discussion based on the replay when we first saw it, then he would have also been informed of this. And then it's his right, and it's only his decision. Players cannot ask for it, only the match officials can.
Yeah.
So probably, Logically, anyway, you would like to think in a perfect world.
Which it isn't quite perfect.
It isn't quite perfect, indeed.